Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's head outside and take a look outside our weather window from this afternoon. And picture perfect day all around north central Washington today with lots of blue skies. Boy, didn't see a cloud anywhere this afternoon, and temperatures above normal. It just felt beautiful out there. And I'll tell you what, enjoy today and tomorrow. Tomorrow looks even warmer with high temperatures in the lower to mid 80s. And then we'll see a few more clouds come in during the day on Sunday. Still temperatures in the upper 70s before the rain moves in. And that'll be Sunday night and almost all of next week. We'll talk more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Governor Jay Inslee on Thursday extended Washington's moratorium on evictions until October 31st. If you operate a short-term rental home in Chelan County, Monday is the start of the registration period for your business. And an update on a story we brought you last night. Charles Steinburg, the Wenatchee attorney who died Tuesday at the age of 55, did not have COVID-19 at the time of his death. We'll tell you more about that. But first, our top story tonight. East Wenatchee police arrested a man Thursday who is suspected in numerous cases of vandalism. Police say the unidentified suspect damaged property throughout the city, and several victims have already come forward. If anyone else had property damaged in East Wenatchee, the police say they should contact the Rivercom non-emergency line, and that phone number is 663-9911. Governor Jay Inslee on Thursday extended Washington's moratorium on evictions until October 31st. The emergency rule put in place when the COVID-19 pandemic struck was scheduled to expire at the end of this month. Inslee says the one-month bridge will give local governments a chance to distribute the state and federal rental relief that hasn't yet reached the public.
This brief extension will help ensure that no one is evicted while large amounts of rental assistance funding is still available but unused. This bridge was currently set to expire, as you know, on September 30th. But we're hearing that counties need a little more time to be able to effectuate the rental relief that is available today to citizens. We have good reason to believe that counties will be able to move more quickly now, in part because the U.S. Treasury has changed some of their rules that makes it's much easier to distribute the money to citizens. We're moving toward the permanent solution that came about through the work with the legislature in the last session.
If you operate a short-term rental home in Chelan County, Monday is the start of the registration period for your business. Existing operators have until December 31st to complete their registration. It's part of a newly adopted ordinance to regulate overnight or weekend home rentals in the county. Program Manager Kristen Riles told Dan Kuntz there are estimated 1,500 homes now offered for rent on a short-term basis in Chelan County.
We want to make sure that you have your application materials, which are all posted on our website. Our Public Information Officer, Jill Fitzsimmons, helped us revamp our whole website to make it as simple a process as possible for the public. So if you're an existing owner, you click on the existing button, it gives you all your instructions and all the paperwork you're going to need.
You can see that complete interview with Kristen Riles and Chelan County Commissioner Tiffany Gearing on Monday morning's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Well, an update tonight on a story we brought you last night. Charles Steinburg, the Wenatchee attorney who died Tuesday at the age of 55, did not have COVID-19 at the time of his death. Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris, whose office investigated the death, says Steinburg tested negative for COVID within the last several weeks, and a post-mortem test also showed no sign of the disease. Harris says another member of Steinburg's household did have coronavirus within the last few weeks, and family members initially believed Steinburg had contracted the virus as well. Steinburg's death certificate will attribute his passing to natural causes. Coming up next, Wenatchee Valley College is partnering with Columbia Valley Community Health for walk-in vaccine clinics at its Wenatchee campus next week. Commissioners of the Grant County PUD are considering 4 candidates to join their ranks. Health agencies in north central Washington will benefit from a first-of-its-kind $5 million federal grant, and Highway 2 through Leavenworth will be closed for 2.5 hours tomorrow for the Autumn Leaf Festival Parade. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Chiropractic and Integrative Multicare specializes in all level of injury care. If you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, have a sports injury, or a simple fall, call today for a free consultation. They offer a combined multi-care approach with medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and acupuncture. For relief from long-standing injuries to basic solutions for the weekend warrior, Latimer's Chiropractic Integrative Multicare is one stop, one location.
Welcome back. And in other news, Wenatchee Valley College is partnering with Columbia Valley Community Health for walk-in vaccine clinics at its Wenatchee campus next week for students and employees on the first 2 days of fall quarter. Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson vaccine shots will be available in the Van Tassel Center Health Clinic on both Monday and Tuesday. It's part of Wenatchee Valley College's drive to have all staff and students fully vaccinated for COVID by its fall deadlines. The cutoff date for students taking in-person classes is November 1st. For employees, it's October 18th. Well, commissioners of the Grant County PUD are considering 4 candidates to join their ranks. 3 people from Moses Lake plus 1 from the Wilson Creek area seek to replace the late Commissioner Dale Walker, who died last month. The commissioners completed their initial interviews with the candidates this week and must make a choice at their October 26th meeting. Public comment on the 4 candidates can be made at the next 2 commission meetings or by email at commissioners@gcpud.org. Well, health agencies in north central Washington will benefit from a first-of-its-kind $5 million federal grant aimed at getting better care to vulnerable populations. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services created the CHART grant to fund rural health initiatives. The North Central Accountable Community of Health will be the lead agency for the grant, serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, and Okanogan counties. The Washington Healthcare Authority announced the program last week. Well, Highway 2 through Leavenworth will be closed for 2.5 hours tomorrow for the Autumn Leaf Festival Parade. The closure will start at 11:30 tomorrow morning, with the parade itself starting at noon. Traffic will be rerouted around town via East Leavenworth Road to Icicle Road until 2 p.m. Leavenworth's oldest festival, the Washington State Autumn Leaf Festival, began today and runs through Sunday. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
Make being home fun again. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has just what you need to bring fun back into your backyard. We have a wide selection of artesian spas and swim spas, new and used to choose from. We are happy to announce we are now selling Rainbow Kids play structures with 50 models to choose from. To help finish off your entertainment area, we have patio furniture and Komodo Joe grills. At Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, we have just what you need to bring family fun and entertainment to your backyard. Stop by today.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. The U.S. House Oversight Committee held a hearing Wednesday on how children are affected by COVID-19. In tonight's feature story, Central Washington Representative Kim Schreier, the only pediatrician serving in Congress, was front and center, eliciting answers from American leaders in children's health.
You know, when COVID first hit, data from abroad and here in the United States suggested that children were really only minimally affected by the disease. And the primary reason for closing schools then was their role in transmitting disease to others. But with the highly contagious Delta variant, some children's hospitals' ICUs are now full. So, Dr. Beard, some quick questions for you. Do children get severe disease from COVID?
Yes, they definitely can.
And Dr. Rush just told us a heartbreaking story about Sophia, who contracted COVID at school, gave it to her parents, both of whom tragically perished from the disease. Can children spread this disease to others?
Yes, they can. In fact, the CDC estimates that almost 120,000 children have lost a primary caregiver to COVID.
Oh my goodness. Do children get long COVID?
Yes, children can get long COVID. We're still learning more about that, but they definitely can get it, and it can be very impactful on their lives.
Can you just list a couple of the primary symptoms that they get so people understand how severe long COVID potentially is?
Yeah, absolutely. They can have cardiac heart symptoms. They can have persistent lung systems, neurologic symptoms where they, have trouble thinking, and many of them have really debilitating fatigue and dizziness where they have difficulty standing up and going about their daily lives. And
we don't even know how long that will last. So have rates of COVID in children increased with the start of the school year?
Yes, we definitely have been seeing more COVID.
And that difference is different in different parts of the country. What would you say has distinguished schools where there has been lots of transmission from schools where there has not been lots of transmission, since masks have been a very contentious topic today?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's really two big things. One is the immunization rates in the community and the school is a contributing, and the other is the presence of the layered mitigated factors that schools implement. So things such as masking, distancing, hand washing, testing, things like that.
So in your opinion, given the high number of children who are asymptomatic and still test positive for COVID, is there a role for surveillance testing in schools to keep infectious children home when they can spread it to others?
Yeah, I do think so. I think, this is one of the things we talk about as one of our layered precautions in schools, and surveillance testing can be a really important part of this sort of overall group of precautions to keep children in school safely as much as possible.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And what a Friday. Perfect way to end our work week, wasn't it? As we look down from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights at the beautiful Wenatchee Valley, we actually just spun it around, right, Malcolm? And it looks great all over North Central Washington today. A few clouds did pop up along the horizon today, but bright, beautiful blue sky out there today, and temperatures reflected that too. Unofficially today, almost 80 degrees, 79 unofficially at Pangbourne Airport. 73 is our normal high now. 52 is where we started our day, and that's a couple of degrees above where we should be too at 50. Record high was back in 2009 at 90 degrees. Record low 1984, where we saw 38 degrees. Sunrise 6:51, sunset 6:54, almost exactly the same amount of light and darkness now, and we will be almost exactly as we get into Saturday. But let's get back to weather now and take a look at your Saturday weather forecast. And I truly believe if we don't officially make 80 today, tomorrow's going to be it for quite a while, and we are all going to warm up tomorrow. 84 Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy. 83 here in the Wenatchee area, 82 Cashmere, and 81 up in Leavenworth. One of the warmer spots again, Omak. It's going to be gorgeous up there. Tanasket too, high temperature of 84 degrees. Tonight we can expect partly cloudy sky, just a few clouds coming in, nothing really to worry about. Mild overnight lows with overnight lows in the mid to upper 50s. Clear skies almost across 2/3 of the United States tonight. And then as we get you into the upcoming weekend, it's going to be great. Mostly sunny, unseasonably warm tomorrow. We talked about that with high temperatures generally in the mid 80s. It is going to be beautiful. And here comes our next weather maker as we get you into Sunday. And you can see the clouds will begin to start pushing in. That'll be late in the afternoon on Sunday. And then by Sunday night, about a 50% chance for rain. And you can see this area of low pressure wrapping up off the coast of Washington. Monday, also a wet one. This is early on in the day. As we make our way into about noon, you can see those showers will move in. We do have a 60% chance of rain. And look what happens by about 8 o'clock Monday night. The entire state of Washington, yeah, it's going to be a wet one. That'll go down to a 30% chance of rain then as we get you into Tuesday. We're going to stay mostly cloudy. It will really cool down too as that cold front slides through. High temperatures only in the mid 60s. And then, yeah, our next area of moisture moves in. Boy, this is a typical fall pattern, one storm system after another. We'll see a 40% chance for mainly afternoon and evening rain once again on Wednesday. And it's going to stay cool with high temperatures in the mid 60s. And look at Thursday, the end of our forecast. It's going to stay wet, folks. Cloudy skies, at least a 50% chance of rain with once again cooler than normal temperatures with highs Thursday in the mid to upper 60s. Taking a look now at your 7-day forecast. 54 overnight tonight. Enjoy Saturday. It's going to be great. Mostly sunny and 83. Sunday won't be bad for about 2/3 of the day. And then by Sunday night, we're going to see that 50% chance of rain, but not before we top off at 78 degrees. Rainy on Monday, a 60% chance of it, 70 our high. And then our coolest day looks to be on Tuesday with a 40% chance of rain and 65. We'll stay with a good chance for rain on Wednesday and 67. And I think we're going to even raise that 50% chance on Thursday higher next week. We'll see cloudy skies Thursday with a high temperature then of 68 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Jared Sessler. Nemo Residio means nobody left behind in Latin. It's heartbreaking to know that in Afghanistan, Americans and our allies were abandoned behind enemy lines. This is a national disgrace like we've never seen before. Today, as your neighbor, and tomorrow in Congress, I will stand firm to ensure this never happens again. Go to jaredsessler.com today to contribute. I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5. High school sports is back, and NCWLIFE Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. Thanks to our sponsors, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Rivercom 911, and Sangster Motors. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station the NCWLIFE channel.
14, they come back.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Finally Friday to you. A choice by a few will have an impact on many following an incident at last night's Wenatchee versus Eastmont volleyball game at Wenatchee High School. Following Wenatchee's sweep of Eastmont, about 70 Wenatchee students stormed the court and confronted the Eastmont students.
The Panthers get the sweep here tonight over the Eastmont Wildcats, and Eastmont, Wenatchee coming out onto the floor here, and they're trying to stop them from doing so, as Wenatchee showing a little, unsportsmanlike, if you will, with brooms and such, right into the red zone area where the Eastmont student body is. So I'm sure the athletic directors for both high schools not too thrilled about this, and that could raise the tension level a little bit more for tomorrow night's football game.
Now, thankfully, Eastmont Athletic Director Russ Waterman was in position to head off the Wenatchee students as they approached the Eastmont students and kept it from being more than it was. Now, as a result, however, the Wenatchee administration met today and decided to ban the Wenatchee student body from attending any Wenatchee versus Eastmont athletic events for the rest of the fall, including tonight's Bridge of Sportsmanship football game and tomorrow's soccer match. In addition, Wenatchee reported itself to the Columbia Basin Big Nine and will pay a $250 fine for its students breaking a league rule against coming onto a playing surface during or after a game. Wenatchee administrators will be at the gates for tonight's game and turn away any they recognize as a student at Wenatchee High School. Well, it was a loud and raucous setting for the volleyball game prior to the students coming onto the court last night. Wenatchee rode the success of a big win over West Valley Tuesday and swept all 3 games from the Wildcats. I was courtside for the play-by-play here on the NCWLIFE channel.
DeMargin, the freshman, with the service. Oh, again, Dying Quail, and a kill at the net by McMahon, and the Panthers win game 1, 25-17. Sackman serve, back line. Beck is there, up front on the set, block at the net, points. Abby Black sends it home and sends Wenatchee to a 25-15 win here in game 2. Well, here's the service by the libero. Right to the back line. Woolsborne awkwardly, and then Eastmont under the net. That's going to do it. And the Panthers get the sweep here tonight.
I mean, we had a lot of excitement, fire in our bodies. We hope we could keep that going into this game, and we hope we can kind of continue to that. It was a very big win for us, and I'm super proud of my team.
Also on the Les Schwab prep volleyball scoreboard last night, Ephrata shut out Othello, Manson topped Tonasket, Okanagan blanked Brewster, Ediat shut out Riverside Christian, Pateris stopped Easton, Waterville Mansfield swept Soap Lake, and Moses Lake Christian took care of Bridgeport in 3 games. Now, the couple of big volleyball tournaments taking place tomorrow. Quincy Invite gets underway at 8 o'clock in the morning, while Wenatchee, Eastmont, Moses Lake, and Cascade all traveling to Ferris High School in Spokane for the Linda Sheridan Invite. Well, turning to the Les Schwab Prep girls soccer scoreboard from Thursday, Ellensburg knocked off Ephrata 7-0. East Valley edged Quincy 3-2. Cascade blanked Omak 7-0. Cashmere crushed Chelan 8-0. Brewster got by Lake Roosevelt 4-1, and Okanagan mauled Manson 8-0. Coming up on the pitch this weekend, Okanagan hosts Liberty Bell today. Tomorrow, it's Okanagan at Cashmere. Quincy hosts Lakeside 9 Mile Falls. Brewster plays Bridgeport, and here on the NCWLIFE channel tomorrow at 3, it's Wenatchee at Eastmont. Here, a couple of football games were played last night in the Prep Leagues. Chelan clobbered Tonasket 55-13. Coming up tonight, Cascade at Granite Falls. Cashmere hosts Okanagan, and Toppenish visits Quincy. In B-League play last night, Ediat traveled to Pateris and picked up a big 66-20 win. Bridgeport plays at Soap Lake. That was earlier today. Tonasket make that tonight. There we go. Brewster's on the road at Kiona Benton. Manson hosts Priest River, and Liberty Bell plays at Waterville Mansfield. Well, the 17th Bridge of Sportsmanship between Eastmont and Wenatchee will kick off at 7 o'clock at Wildcat Stadium. Again, no Wenatchee student body there. We'll begin our pregame live on the NCWLIFE channel at 6:30. Panther coach Scott Devereaux, whose team hasn't defeated Eastmont since 2016, jokes about having no love for the town across the river.
I don't go to East Wenatchee ever, so I don't hear anything from people over there. My truck ran out of gas one time. I pushed it across the bridge before I filled it up. I don't see people over there, and they'd probably just boo me anyway. So.
Wenatchee's coach, 18 years now at the head of the Panther program, says it's a fun way to kick off their Big 9 season.
Oh, it's the same old, you know. They run the ball really well. Their defense is solid. We're playing pretty good defense. Offensively, we haven't kind of got it rolling yet, you know, but it's going to be a great game. I think the kids are always excited about this. You don't have to give any motivational speeches or anything like that. Great way to open up the Big 9 season, play your crosstown rival, and let's go.
For senior tight end Antonio D'Angelo, it's an opportunity to bounce back from last week's loss, fix some things, and beat a rival.
We got to fix the little mistakes like fumbles, you know, just little things like the snap count coming off the ball. You know, we just got to fix the little mistakes, and we should be in pretty good shape.
Now, how badly do you want to beat this Eastmont team? Because it's been a long time.
Yeah, very badly. We want this really bad.
Eastmont's coming off to the game tonight with a 2-1 record after soundly defeating Lewis and Clark last Saturday, 55-6. Coach Michael Don says always about progress and not the rivalry.
Obviously, the kids think about it, talk about it. You know, we got a nice little run now. Our kids have been playing well the last few years, and we've pulled out some phenomenally close games. I mean, it's just been up until the last one, it had been barn burners, and, you know, win or lose since I've been here up until the last one, they've been all within 5-point swing, 7-point swing. You know, they've been really close games. So this was just, you know, another opportunity to go out and compete. And in a rivalry game, you got to come out. They're going to come out swinging, and they're going to put their best foot forward. And we just got to be ready to roll early.
Eastmont wide receiver Brooks Travato says he and his teammates take pride in beating Wenatchee and keeping the Bridge of Sportsmanship trophy right where it's been.
We just need to stay focused and treat every week like this week, you know, like we can't get too ahead of ourselves. It's a rival week, but, you know, it's the same as every other week.
So you got to tell me, I mean, I know Coach talks about, it's just another game, but this is more than just another game, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this week probably we've, you know, been working harder. You know, you obviously want to beat your rivals, so we're trying to be the best we can be, and hopefully we put a little damage on them.
Bridge of Sportsmanship tonight at Eastmont. Tickets on sale today, 2,600 available at ticketspicket.com. Fans will be required to wear masks at the game or not be allowed in, and now also not being allowed in the Wenatchee student body. Well, the rest of the Big 9 schedule has Moses Lake hosting Eisenhower. East Valley's at Davis, and Sunnyside takes on West Valley. Here's a rundown of the college football schedule for tomorrow. Washington State plays at Utah at 11:30 on the Pac-12 network. Eastern Washington kicks off at Southern Utah at 5. Central Washington hosts Angelo State at 6. Then at 6:30 on the Pac-12 network, it's Cal at Washington. Seahawks on the road this weekend taking on the Vikings, 1:25 on Sunday. That's sports. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And finally tonight, the Apple Century bike ride returns tomorrow with an estimated 500 bicyclists leaving Walla Walla Point Park in Wenatchee and winding their way to Lake Wenatchee before returning to the park. The Wenatchee Sunrise Rotary's 31st ride resumes after a year off because of COVID-19. No roads will be closed, but Chelan County is advising motorists to be mindful of riders and share the roadways. Bicyclists riding the full 100 miles will leave the park at 7 a.m., with those taking the 50-mile route departing at 7:30. And there's one more, the 25-mile route. Those riders leave at 8 a.m. Sounds like fun. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Join me on a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll have highlights from tonight's Bridge of Sportsmanship football game, and we'll also have highlights of tomorrow's soccer game between the Wildcats and the Panthers, everything else that happened news-wise over the weekend. And during our interview portion on Monday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, I had a chance to sit down and talk to Kristen Riles and Tiffany Gehring. Tiffany Gehring is the Chelan County Commissioner. Kristen Riles is in charge of the new short-term rental department at Chelan County Community Development. That process begins on Monday. Very important information for you folks out there. It's going to be a busy Monday morning. Get your week started live and local with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Have a great weekend. Grant, that goes for you too. Back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend. have a fun or interesting video you'd like to see featured here on the NCWLife channel? It's easy. All you have to do is send us an email at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.